So what we're using here is just the, as per I mentioned earlier, this is one of those shitty wooden coat hangers where the hook always pulls out, and we've just electrical taped a little wire brush to the end of that, and so we're getting in and giving that a touch up where we can. Got the headlamp on, so I can see what I'm doing in there, and expecting a heap of scale to come out. So very handy, probably the best way to approach it. What's it doing, buddy? And we're about to do the Aqua Klean, so I've probably put about half of that in this bucket here. What's that, 3 kilos, so let's call it 3 litre. And I have a filter here, a funnel. I've got a funnel here, just going to pop that in, pour that in there. Now I'm hoping that I've got this up at an angle high enough that that's not going to come running out the bottom, but we'll see how we go. Once I get that in, I'll close the fuel filler, put my finger on the other thing, and then shake the shit out of it, and we'll see what comes out. We've got the Aqua Klean in there. I've swizzled the absolute shit out of it, shook it up and down, back to front, side to side, and inside out. Anyway, so I've probably used about half of this in the 3 litre that I think I just showed you, and used probably warm to hot water. It was out of the tap, get pretty nice hot water out of here, out of the hot water service, so the water was fairly hot. So I've shook it up. It sounds like it's all foamed up in there, so we're going to leave that sit for a little while. It does say on the back here, application times for general cleaning 5 to 10 minutes, for heavy cleaning 20 to 40. So I'm going to consider this application a heavy cleaning, and we're going to let that sit for a while, for quite a while, and obviously that's up, so most of the fluid is down where the rust is. And I might come back out every 10 minutes or so, and then give it another shake, and we'll see how we go. I am planning on giving this a second go, and that's why I only used half of that, the litre or whatever it is that they give you. I think it's a litre. Yeah, 1 litre. So I've probably used, what's that, about a 3 to 1, give or take. It does give you various applications. For heavy cleaning, this is just 1 to 1. For moderate, 1 to 5. For light, 1 to 10, because I didn't want to use it all, because we wanted to give it another dose. So we'll see how we go, and I'll tip it out into one of these buckets over here, on these white buckets, so we can actually get a good look at what actually comes out of it, and interested to see it. So you'll see it with me and the dog. Talk soon. So this is the results of our first rinse. You can see that just pretty much ended up like a sludge. Obviously that's the foam and stuff from the degreaser component, and the water certainly is rusty. There's no doubt about that. I would suggest if nothing else, just this step would be worth it alone. So we're going to do another one, and see what the results of that. Hopefully we'll get some clearer stuff out of there as well, and then we'll give it a water rinse as well and get that done. Hopefully you can see this, but the best way to get, obviously it's going to keep foaming up because it's a detergent. It doesn't look too bad here. You can see that water's pretty clean. Usually the best way to get foam out of something where you just keep putting water in, it just creates more foam, and then so on. Like for example, if you're cleaning out a bottle or jar or something like that. The idea is just to, because the foam always comes to the top because it's got the air bubbles, and you pretty much just put your water source in as far in as you can. You know, down the bottom is great, or just in top below where the bubbles are coming up, and then what you'll find is your bubbles will come out up the top, and then you have the clear water coming out from the bottom and pushing it all out. So that's pretty much just what I'm doing now, just to get the last of the detergent out, and just give it a bit of a spray around in there. And most of that water coming out the top now is all clear. So this is the last part of the flush. The Aqua Wash. Sorry, Aqua Klean. Keep getting that wrong. Now we've got to let this dry, so we'll leave this overnight inside. We'll even leave it out in the sun here for a little while. It'll help dry it out. It's not a hot day. It's only, I don't know, 16, 17 degrees Celsius, so it's not very warm. So it's warm enough out here in the sun. It's certainly warmer than it is in the shed or in the house. So leave that sit there for a little while. Just pop that on top so nothing decides to climb in there while we're not around. Well, it's another day and the rust has settled. So this is the leftovers, and I think you can see there's quite a bit of sediment in the bottom of that. So that's, I don't know, good, I guess. Let's take all of that out. And this is the first one we tipped out into. Oh, sorry, no, this is the second one. So it gives you a better idea of what was actually in the tank. So I would be interested to filter that. But frankly, I don't think I can be bothered. So anyway, so that's the results of the flush. Okay, so that's pretty much it of the KBS for the first round. Just hitting the Aqua Klean. We're going to leave that tank out here to dry, probably leave it for a few days in fact to make sure she's well and truly dry, and then we'll jump on to the next step, which is the rust blast, the part that I'm most excited about. So stick around and we'll show you what that looks like inside, and then we'll get into trying to get rid of some of that rust. Talk soon, cheers.